Right. This is Janan German with the Town of Mount Pleasant Historical Commission. Today I'm sitting with Miss Anne Royle, who will be giving us her oral history. Thanks, Miss Anne.
Hello.
Hi. So we're just going to have a quick conversation and you're going to explain to us your life here in Mount Pleasant. So first start off by telling us your full name and where and when you were born.
Okay, my full name is Anne Royle. I was born in 1954. This is the house they brought me home from Roper Hospital. My parents lived in this house basically till they died. I have moved out when I was 20, but yet I still love this house.
Yes.
It's my childhood home. And this view, you can't beat it for any amount of money.
Absolutely gorgeous. So tell us about your childhood growing up here.
Oh, it was just a wonderful neighborhood, just wonderful. I mean, there weren't all these houses. They certainly weren't big houses. There was lots of woods, and so we ran through the woods and played in the marsh. And one of the streets didn't have any houses at all on either side. And we call that the bunny road because there were these little marsh bunnies that would come out, and they were just so cute. Mom always said, if you can catch one, you can have one. Well, of course I couldn't catch
Never
one.
catch one. They're bad. That's very cool. What other childhood memories do you have?
Just everything. I mean, kids just, compared to what they do today, I mean, I'm sure it was a boring life, but we loved it.
Mm-hmm. Who were some of your friends?
Well, just
Other
going
kids in
out,
the
playing
neighborhood?
outside, and just drinking water from the hose, which they say don't do.
The best though, isn't it?
But I'm still here.
Still here.
Just in the way the village was, it was just very complex back then. I mean, there was the drugstore, Pitt Street Pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
There was Kenny's store, which was an early years of like a department store.
Okay.
They had toys, they had clothes, they had fabrics. Just like I say, it was kind of like a department store. And then across the street was the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the Coleman's Red and White, where Mama would grocery shop.
Okay.
So we would go every Saturday, go
Mm-hmm.
to grocery shopping. And, it was just very quiet, very,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And so Pitt Street, was that more like the town center of the village?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else was in that area?
Just people's homes.
People's homes. Okay.
But as far as any businesses, as the post office moved, then I think it was Hines Plumbing moved in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the grocery store has been numerous things since then. And really Pitt Street's the only thing that's stayed the same.
Stay the same. That's so awesome.
And has that soda fountain and
I
the
love
grilled
it.
cheese sandwiches and
Ice cream. That's what I used to go for every Sunday with my dad. So tell me more about your family. So who lived with you here in this home?
Well, my mother and father. My father grew up in Mount Pleasant.
Mm-hmm. What was his name?
Jervy Royall,
Mm-hmm.
and my mother's name was Mary Julia. She grew up in upstate South Carolina,
Okay.
near Greenville, and my sister lived here with me.
Okay.
And it was just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
We, she was definitely the big sister.
Cool.
And she moved. Well, she got married. Well, she went to college at Carolina.
Okay.
She got married and moved, and of course she's come back to visit. But she's I don't think she has any love to be here.
Yeah.
Whereas I love
You love Mount Pleasant.
this.
Yeah.
This is my home.
This will always be home. Always be home. So tell me about what your parents did. What did your dad do?
Daddy was he was able to after World War II. He was fortunate enough to get a job at the shipyard. He was in management engineering, and jobs then were scarce, and so he took it and he worked his way up the ladder, and he ended up being in the I think it was the commander's office, and he stayed there till he retired. He was able to retire at 55 because of the years you put in,
Right.
and also the years he was in the Army, that counted
Okay.
for years too. So he retired at an early age, and he took various jobs that pertained to military stuff after that. And then my mom was a church organist, so
Yes.
she played at various churches over the
Okay.
years. She loved it. She said, God gave me a talent, use it.
That's right.
So she did.
She did.
And she was very active till the end.
That's awesome. That's
And
awesome.
I miss both of them very much.
Of course. They give you a beautiful life. So tell us about you said your mom played organ at the churches.
Mhm.
Tell us about your religious experience. Like, where did you go to church?
I grew up in Mount Pleasant Presbyterian,
Okay.
just right around the corner
Right around
there.
the corner.
And it was a great childhood. The church was very, very small, and we knew each other, and it was like back in the days when if a room needed painted or something needed to be repaired, they would tell all the guys in the church, bring your paintbrush or bring a hammer, and they would fix it. Now there's all kind of committees to get things approved. You just fixed things back
Pitched
then.
in. It was a community
Didn't question
effort.
it.
That's
You just
cool.
did it. One of my first friends, Mickey Seabrook, we grew up together. He was probably my first friend.
Aw, beautiful.
And we still keep in touch now and then. And then there was others that are still around, but I just have kind of lost touch of where they are.
Right.
Although we're right here,
Everybody's scattered.
busy and
life takes you in different directions. So tell me about your education here. Where did you go to school?
Well, I went to Mamie P. Whiteside's,
Okay.
and that was always fun because I knew Miss Mamie.
Did you? Wow.
And at Christmas time, we would go and sing Christmas carols to her.
Okay.
She lived in, I'm not sure exactly where, but one of those streets off near the village.
Okay.
We would go there every Christmas and sing, and
What was she like?
She looked like she could be very stern if she wanted to be.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of her, but she always loved us.
Yeah.
But
Great
and apparently she
educator.
was a good teacher to have her
Absolutely.
school named after her.
Mhm.
And then when Whiteside's at that point was first through the 6th grade.
Okay.
So come 7th grade, I would have gone to just Moultrie. It wasn't all these middle schools and stuff.
Mhm.
And my sister and I are so completely different. And Mount Pleasant was so small, Mama didn't want us to be compared to each other.
Mm.
So I ended up going to college prep in the city.
Okay.
But I didn't much care for it.
Yeah. What was that like?
Well, it was a private school, and you know how private schools can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got a good education.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
So you went to the college prep. Now, where was that located?
that was
That's-
on Archdale Street, which I think
Downtown.
is now Charleston Day, maybe.
Oh, okay.
And then college prep merged with Miss Mason School, and it's Mason Prep.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
You know.
And so you completed the rest of your education there.
It
You
was
graduated.
7th through 12th there.
Okay, and you graduated from there.
From College Prep.
Okay. And then after that, where did you go? Did you go to
I went
college?
to a couple of years at the College of
Oh,
Charleston.
nice.
I never finished.
Girl. Me neither. And I went to the College of Charleston, so that's very interesting.
But I got a good education while I was there, and I took some interesting courses, and I thought I was going to go into special education at one point.
Okay.
But I ended up, to kind of do the interim, I was a tour guide at 2 of the churches downtown, at the Huguenot Church
Okay.
and also Circular Congregational Church.
Beautiful.
And it was interesting. You met people from all over the world, really, that would come through. And then I got a job working for OBGYN doctors, and was there probably about 15 years. And then I got a job for 3 psychiatrists.
Okay. Very cool.
So they were interesting.
I bet.
The stories I could tell.
Oh, goodness. So here in Mount Pleasant, what other places did you like to visit?
As far as now, well, there's Palmetto Islands County Park, because that had belonged to Daddy's family at one point.
Oh, wow.
And when him and his brothers were young, they used to go camping there.
Okay.
And they just loved it. And of course now it's a nice park, and I'm glad they
preserved it.
They were able to make that work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had, speaking of jobs, I had a job there on the weekends at one point in the snack bar. And so that was fun. And I guess I've done a bunch of different things.
Different things.
And then I retired.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Mama kind of enjoyed life together.
That's beautiful. So your dad's family, they're from here as well.
Yeah.
They're all from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his grandparents and great grandparents. I mean, they were here from. And I had a book that Patrona Royall McKeever had done, and I must have come over here without it.
Okay.
And then do you have Mama's books?
I don't, but I know we have them at the town of Mount Pleasant in the historical archive room.
Because I had one. Mama had stocked up on a bunch because we like to give them as gifts.
Yeah.
And she's not selling them. I'm not selling them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just a nice gift.
Yeah.
And I reached for them, and I've only got 2 of the first one and none of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So I had one of the first for you.
Okay. Well, tell us more about the books. What's in the books? What did she share in the books?
Well,
for people that may not know.
It's the earlier years of Mount Pleasant, and the ferries. Daddy took the ferry to get to Charleston and go to school, because he went to Charleston High, and then he went to the College of Charleston.
Okay.
And so he took the ferry, and so he saw the very first bridge being built.
Wow.
And then I saw the second bridge, and then of course now we have the third bridge.
Right. So
but I miss those old bridges. They were just, what's there now, it's beautiful. Traffic's moving.
Yeah.
But they could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas the others had class.
Good memories for you as well.
And I mean, the early one was like, both.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And people were so scared of those bridges. It was all I had ever known to
get back and forth.
So it never scared me.
What about the roads here in Mount Pleasant? Were they as big and wide and bustling as they are now?
Now, even in here, it was dirt roads. I don't really remember them being dirt, but I remember Mama saying that when my sister was little, that Mama would put Julie in the carriage, and they would go out to the mailboxes were out on Coleman Boulevard,
Okay.
and they would get the mail. And I don't know if Coleman must have been paved to some degree,
Mm-hmm.
but certainly not like it is today.
Goodness, wow. It's interesting to think about dirt roads being the primary way to get around in Mount Pleasant. It's
And
changed a
the
lot.
bypass was mainly developed to take traffic off of Coleman,
Oh.
and now it's a whole nother city.
It feels like it for sure. Definitely, definitely. So anything else you want to share? What else can you think about? What we talked about your family history, we talked about your childhood, your education. Let's see, I might have a question.
Well, we've always had lots of animals growing up.
Okay,
I
that's
guess
awesome.
back to the question, what was my favorite memory?
Mhm.
Was the animals, because I had dogs and I had ducks and I had chickens and rabbits and
Okay. And they were all right here on this property? Oh my goodness. You really loved animals. And you took care of all of them. That's awesome.
Did y'all eat
And
the
then
eggs and stuff?
over here, that white building, it had a roof on it that is just disintegrated, but it had a roof, and Daddy would cut up a watermelon,
Ooh.
and me and my sister would sit on the roof and eat watermelon, because watermelon's so
Oh,
juicy and
yeah.
messy,
Into
and we would spit seeds into the
the
marsh.
marsh. Oh my goodness. So living on the marsh, what other things did y'all do? Did you fish, or did you crab, or did y'all have a boat?
Well, we had a little rowboat, and we would go out in the boat, and
Mm-hmm.
of course there were lots of little snails that would go up the marsh
Yeah,
grass.
yeah.
And I had a Cocker Spaniel when I had a little rowboat myself,
Oh.
and Cocker Spaniels, they just love water, love water. And we'd be rowing, and he'd keep looking. All of a sudden, splash!
Oh, he jumped in.
He jumped in. Couldn't stand it any longer.
Oh, that's playful.
But,
And where would you row to? How far could you go?
just mainly right around in
Right
there.
close to here.
There was a nice little path early on,
Okay.
and then Daddy just didn't keep it up because they got really serious about don't mess with the marsh grass.
Mhm.
And
It's protected and for nature. Now this connects to Shem Creek.
Creek's right over
Right
there,
over there.
and there was a boatyard. Those houses were not there, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
There was a boatyard, and of course the trawlers would take off from there.
mhm.
I mean, there was a lot of trawlers. And in the early years, we didn't have air conditioning at all. And so we would smell that diesel fuel early in the morning when they were getting ready, and they would be hollering to one another and,
Yeah.
getting ready for the day to take their boat out. And,
Now, did you grow up eating a lot of seafood? Of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you got to take advantage of those trawlers bringing the fresh shrimp and seafood in.
And Daddy's brother lived off of Mathis Ferry and was on the creek. And so we would go swimming in the creek a lot of the times, and we would take the boat out and go. Daddy had a cast net, and we
Okay.
cast that net, and we'd have lots of shrimp.
Oh, wow.
It's nothing like creek shrimp.
Nothing like creek shrimp. How cool is that?
Was Shem Creek always like restaurants and stuff like that?
No. The only restaurant we had was the Lorelei, and then there was on Coleman was the Fork restaurant.
Mm.
I don't ever remember eating there, but I do remember it walking past it. But there was no hotel, no restaurants. It was just, and then the trawler was built.
Mhm.
So I guess those were the first two, and then everything else kind of started
Going in.
growing after that.
Mhm.